I don't know about you guys, but I love changing up my budgeting binders and aesthetic to fit the mood of the season. It is spring right now, and so I just love changing up my designs. Now, that can get pretty pricey if you try to change your envelopes and buy new envelopes every time it's a new season, but I figure out how you can do it and it can be super cute. In today's video, I'm going to show you a tutorial on how to make different dashboards for envelopes you already have that can change up your look, and it does not cost any money at all. So in today's video, I'm going to show you how you can spruce up your envelopes and spruce up your looks by printing different dashboards to go inside your envelopes. I made this creation right here. I also made this one right here, and I'm going to show you guys how to make it and how we put it all together. Here's what you'll need to get started. You'll need access to Canva or any program that you want to design any graphics for your inserts or your dashboards. You'll need a printer. You will need envelopes such as the ones I have here, the envelopes with the zipper or zipperless envelopes. You'll need paper, of course. You will need scissors to cut out your design, or you can use a cutting board. And that's it. That's all you need for this project. So if that sounds like something you're interested in and you want to have a good time and make something for yourself, let's go ahead and head over to my computer and get started. All right, you guys. So we are going to start out. This is what Canva looks like. You just want to go to canva.com. And what we're going to do is we're going to do a custom size project here. So you want to look for custom size, or you can type in custom size if you don't see it. But we're going to click this here. Now, I'm not sure if yours will come up with options like this, but we're going to use an 8.5 by 11 design size. Now, if you don't see that here, you can come up here and you can type in 8.5 by 11. But what you want to make sure you do is make sure your units are in inches. Okay. And then you're going to do create new design. You're going to click on that. We're going to make 3 dashboards per page. Okay. But the first thing we need to do is find some designs that we want to use. And you can go in here and you can be creative, especially if this is for your own budget. Get out here, be creative with what you pick. So you want to come over here to elements, and you can basically search whatever you want your design to be. And some of the examples I've been playing around with, since it's about to be spring and summer, I've put in like pink wallpaper. If you like the color pink. Oops, not that extra dash though. Let's try that again. Here we go. Okay, and then you're going to type it up here and hit enter. And then you want to click on graphics. So let's do see all and see what graphics we have. So see how cute this is? Look at all of the different color patterns. There's my fruit design. You guys know I love a good fruit design here. So there's so many different options. Now, the one thing you want to make sure you pay attention to, if you do not have a Canva Pro account, that's what these little crowns are, you're unable to use those unless you want to pay for the image. So you want to look for images that do not have a crown, like these images here. This is the free version. If you want to do purple, if you like purple or lavender, let's see, lavender, you can come out here, and then there's just some pretty designs you can choose. Again, making sure you keep in mind, if you don't have a pro account, don't choose the ones with the crown, but look for ones that don't have a crown. And there's some cute options out here. Also, let's see if you wanted like a black and white design. Black and white. Am I spelling it correctly? Black and white. Let's do black and white wallpaper. Let's see what they come up with. Okay, so yeah, there's some different designs here. Like this one's pretty. Look at that. So it all depends on what theme you're going with. You know, you can pretty much pick anything. It will give you different options once you pick stuff to kind of give you some other choices to choose from. I would say, you know, whatever you choose, you want to make sure it matches your own aesthetic you got going on now. So if you have a particular binder color you're trying to match, I would pick something that matches that, whatever you want to choose. But I'm going to go back, and I'm going to go back to the pink wallpaper because I like pink. There we go. And I'm going to hit enter. And then you always want to go under graphics. Okay. I'm just going to go with my signature strawberries. I've been doing a fruit theme this year, so we're just going to go with this. This is going to be our design, okay? But again, you pick whatever you want. All right, so now what we want our dashboards, we want to size them up. And let me make this bigger. Okay, that's a little bit bigger. So what we want to size it is, we want to go with a 3.2 by 6.4. You see these little lines here on the side of your picture? This is your guide that's going to help you to measure that 3.2 by 6.4, okay? So what you want to do is, I'm going to go up. See my little arrow to go up? I'm going to bring this up until we reach a height of 3.2, okay? And see how that little black box tells me right now we're at width 6.8. and then the height is 3.2. That's what we want, okay? Now I'm going to come on the side here, and I'm going to bring this in so it's about 6.4. So let's bring this in. See my little box on the side? See right there? It's at 6.4. So that is our perfect measurement to go inside of our envelopes. Now, what I want to do now, I'm going to bring this out just a little bit so you can see it. All right, so this is the perfect insert size. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move it up, because what we're going to do here is we're going to try to fit 3 to a page, okay? And keep it in mind your printer margins when you print this. So we don't want to go all the way to the top of the page because your printer may have borders set up. So we'll just come down here a little, and we want to fit 3 to a page. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to, before we duplicate this, let's put a title or header on our design here, okay? So what we want to do is go to text over here, okay? And we want to add a text box, okay? Now, Canva has different options where they already have text down here that you can use, okay? So if you wanted to use one of these combinations down here, you could. Keep in mind, again, if you're using just the free version, you don't want to use the ones that have Pro. But if it doesn't have a crown, you can most certainly choose any of these for your design if it doesn't have a crown. But I like to use add a text box. So I'm going to click on add a text box, and here it is right here. Okay. So let's say for this design here, this is, say these are my cash envelopes. So let's say this category is gas. So it's already highlighted, so you can just start typing. So I want mine in all caps. Okay. So I'm going to write the word gas here. Okay. Now you can come and you can, let's bring this in. Okay, and I just drag that in on the side so it wasn't just wide across the screen there. Now you can size this. Let's see this little circle here? I'm just going to expand it to make it bigger, and you just play around with how big you want it. Okay, and then we're going to see those purple lines in Canva. See, it's going across the page, top to bottom, and then left to right. That's where it's showing us where we're in the middle of our design. If I come over here, I'm still in the middle as far as left to right, but not going up and down. So you want to make sure you look at those guidelines to tell you if you're in the middle or not, and I am. Okay, so we're going to keep that like that. And then you want to change, if you're happy with that, that's fine. You can come here to your fonts. You can change the font that you're using. Again, just like with anything else, you want to choose one that does not have the crown if you're using the free version, okay? But there's a lot of fonts in here that you can use that does not have a crown. You can use, there's a lot you can use with the free version. So like this one here, oh, that one's kind of cute. It's kind of bold though. You can definitely use, what's this one? Oh, that one's, I like that one too. Fredoka, I think that's how it's called. So you can come in here, choose whichever one that you want. Oh, that one's cute too. Y'all, I'll tell you, I will be in Canva for days. So pick one or not, you'll be clicking on all of these. So I think this one is April Fat Face. Okay, some of these names are a little weird, but that one is cute right there. Okay, so then if you wanted to, you can also, again, Canva is all about playing around with your design. You can come in here if you wanted to change the color of your lettering, but keep it in mind how it's going to print on your page. But you can definitely, if you wanted to change it to green, you could. If you wanted to change it to a darker pink, you can't see it, I wouldn't advise that. Or the lighter pink, see how that matches your design. White would be cute, but I like black. But what I'm going to do now is, now that we have that, you can put a little shadow, a little box, if you wanted to get fancy with your design here. So what we're going to do, if you want to put a little box around your label, you can go back to elements. Okay, let's get out of this. See how it's still in the magic recommendations we were in? Just hit that arrow to go backspace here. Okay, and we're going to clear out this X to go back to the main screen. Now, if you come down here to shapes, and you can see all. If you wanted to use a different shape on your design, you are more than welcome. But I'm just going to use this kind of rounded square type shape. Now, it's going to come out the last color that you use. You can change this color by all means. But I want to use this to go around as a border of our label. So you can click and drag this up on your picture here. Okay. And again, you want to look for your lines to tell you your center. There you go. Now, I'm going to bring the edges up because we don't want it to be that long, okay? We just want it to fit around the word. So now, you can leave that color. It looks really pretty. But if you want to change the background color, let's make sure that if you want to change the background color, you may have to move your wording a little bit to get to that background color. You see that? See how it's highlighting our background image that we just created? Now, you can go up here to color, okay? And then if you wanted to choose a different color, see here, I'm going to choose white, okay? But I'm not going to keep it white. I'm going to come over here to the transparency. See your different options up here. You got all these different options. Right here is transparency. I'm going to click on transparency and I'm going to bring it down a little bit because that's a little too white. Okay, so see how you can, the transparency, the more you bring it down, you can see your image more. The more you bring it up, it's just totally white. So let's see, looks like 80 is a good space where I can still see my design, but it's not so white. So I'm going to click out of that space, just click anywhere on the page, and then I'm going to click back on my word here, and there we go. We're going to just center it back. And now you got a cute little label in the background. And again, if you wanted to do that, let me move this back down again. If you wanted to keep that pink to match your theme, just make sure you're clicking on the right object and then click on your color. Okay. If you wanted to make that like a pink, you could. And then again, you can bring that transparency down more with that pink. Okay. You can't really see it, but you could do that as well. You can also add a border to your design if you wanted to. So if you click on this design here and you see this little, see right here, I'm sorry, you see these lines here that say border style. You can click on border style and you can add a weight if you wanted to put a border around the label box. So let's say I click in here and you can put the number here. Let's say I put a number 1 and you hit enter. Okay, see how it added a little border around your design? You see that little border? So you can come in here and play around. Now you can also change the border color. We won't go too wild, but let's see if you use your little dial here. Now watch this. You can increase that border style. You can bring it back. You know, that's a 2 if you wanted to do that. So I'm going to change this back to the color white. Okay. And then I'm going to put my label back on the inside. And see, it just makes it different and cute. You can also change. I don't know if I like this all being in caps. Let's see if I can change it. Yeah. I don't know if I like that either. I'm telling you, don't get lost out here like me. Now I'm thinking about, I want to change this to handwritten, something like cursive. Let's see. You can go up here to this option. I clicked on fonts. You can go up to this option to handwriting, and it's going to give you all of the handwriting options. I love Alex Brush. Let's see. And this is a free one. Okay. I'm liking that better. Or do I? Is there a thicker? I probably should just left it alone. I'll be in here forever. What's this one? Waterfly? Water lily? No, we do not like water lily. Okay, so we're going to keep it back. We're going to go back to what I have. If you ever want to undo any of the changes that you make, just click this undo button. Okay, and we're going to keep it like that. I like this with the lowercase. But again, you can make it however you want to make it. Now, what we want to do is we want to make more copies of this. We're done with this. Oh, one last thing I want to show you. If you click on the image here, okay, and not all images are like this, just certain images, but see how I clicked on the strawberry background and see how all of these colors came up here? You can totally recreate the color design in in your picture. So this hot pink here, of course, represents the strawberry. So if you click on the color, if you wanted to make your strawberry, I don't know, let's not get too crazy, but if you wanted to make your strawberries green, see how it changed everything that had that dark pink color, it changed it to green. Or let's say if you wanted to make them yellow, ooh, yellow's cute. Or if you wanted to make it a teal. So you can come up here and you can change any of these colors as long as you pick on the color, and then you can change it to whatever you want to change it to. Okay. So keep that in mind as you're in here designing, but I'm going to go back to the original, but that's just a fun fact. I think this was the original. Okay. Now what we want to do is we want to go ahead and we want to duplicate our page so we can make 2 more copies of our design here. I'm just going to click anywhere on the page here, hold down my mouse, and I'm going to copy that entire design. So the entire design has been copied. Okay. Now you see this option here that says duplicate. I'm going to click duplicate. Okay. And then this new one is highlighted here. You see the purple lines. Now I can move it down, the entire image. Okay. We're going to move it down, make sure it's lined up correctly. Okay. And then on the second image I just created, we're going to hit duplicate again. Okay. And there's your other image. Now that they're all 3 are on the sheet, we need to, move this design around a little bit because this is too close to the edge of the sheet. That's not going to print. So what I'm going to do again is I'm going to click in my page anywhere in this white spot, just click and hold down your mouse and cover this first design so I can move it. Okay. So I'm going to move it up just a tad, and then I'm going to do the same thing with the second one. I'm going to click and highlight it, and I'm going to move it up just a little bit. So that way I can click in my page, highlight the design, unclick it, and then move this one up. There we go. Now you see how that purple measurement came up? It's telling me that the distance between each of my images is 0.313. That's what we want, okay? To make sure they're all even. Okay, so now that we've duplicated our design, now we can change the labels for our other dashboard. So I'm going to click inside the lettering here, and if you double click it, it will highlight, and now you can just type over it. So say you want to do groceries. So I'm going to just type groceries, okay? Now, you're going to have to expand it, of course, because it's a longer word than gas. So see, there's your little line for your word there. See, just make sure your arrow is going left to right. Click on it and expand it out, okay? Now what you're going to have to do as well is your border in the back. Let's move our word down here. I'm doing all of this by just clicking the mouse and moving it around, holding it down. Click on your border, okay? And just expand that out as well to the size of your word there. And you can just match it up. Now, click on your word and bring it back up. Okay, make sure it's centered. There's my purple lines there. Okay, that looks good. And then let's rename this one here. Let's say if this one was spending. Let's spell out spending. And again, you use whatever categories that you're used to using. So we are going to drag this out again. Okay, and then we're going to see this little plus arrow or this little cross here. This helps us move our design around. Okay, I'm just clicking on it, holding my mouse down. So we're going to move it down here. Then we're going to click on our border and we're going to expand it out so it covers our word. You can match it up there because spending is beneath it. Click on our word and then we are going to bring it back up and make sure it is centered. I saw the purple line. There we go. All right. And then we're going to click out of it and I'm going to bring it up just a little bit more because it's right at the top. There we go. Because it was right on the edge. Okay. Look how pretty that is, you guys. Now, depending on how many dashboards you want, what you can do now is you can hit duplicate page and it will duplicate the entire page. And so now what you're going to do is just come in here and you're going to continue to change your labels on each one. Okay. So if you got 6 inserts you want to make, 9, just keep duplicating the entire page and just come in here and type the category that you want. Once you're ready to print, we need to share it and save it to our computer. Okay. So what we're going to do is come up here in this top corner. We're going to hit share. Okay. And then you're going to look for the download button. Okay. Click download. And up here for your file type, it says it's always going to say PNG suggested because you're making, pictures and designs. But we want to come down and we want to choose the option that says PDF print. This is the one that I use. Now, depending on how you're using this or what you're creating, depends on how you save it. But for our purposes, we're going to print these, okay, and put them in our envelope. So I'm going to do PDF print here, best for printing. And so I'm going to click that. And right here, you're going to select pages. So if you're selecting all of the pages on the screen, it's already set up to print pages 1 to 2. But if there was just certain pages you wanted to print, you would click this drop down arrow and you would click on the images that you would want to print. Okay. And then the last thing I do is right here where it says color profile, I'm going to click on this and I'm going to pick the one that says best for professional printing. So since I'm printing this, I'm not using a digital file for this. I always do this, especially when I'm selling this to someone, because I want the best image possible to print. Okay. Once you do that, you're going to click download and it's going to save it to your desktop. Now it's ready to for us to print it and put it together. So let me print my design and let me show you how to put it together. It's going to be super cute. I'll be right back. All right. Here is our design. This is what it will look like once you print it. Remember, we did 3 on each page. Now, at this point, you're ready to cut it out. Now, I printed mine on regular paper. Again, this will be for my own personal budget, but you can choose if you want to use a nice heavy paper, you can. If you want to use cardstock, you can. But for the sake of this tutorial, I just wanted you to see, like, if you're not using this for anything except for your own personal budget, you are more than welcome to use the paper you have at home. Now, you can use scissors to cut this out. And you would just cut across your border here, okay? But I'm not as precise, so I'm gonna use my cutting board to cut this out. By all means, you do not have to buy one of these. Like I said, you can use scissors. So let me go ahead and cut them out so you can see what the end result will look like. All right, now once you get them all cut out, this is what they look like. How adorable is this? See, just something quick and easy. You can spruce up your look with just this quick and simple technique. Now, this is what it looks like in envelopes. This is what it looks like inside a zipper envelope. So you'll just take your dashboard and be gentle with it and just place it inside your envelope. Look how adorable. That's so cute. Now, I love a good zipperless envelope, so I'm going to put mine in my zipperless envelopes and see how they look. I'm telling you, and you're not spending any money. And this is just a cost-efficient way to change up your look. You can do this every month to match a different theme, however you want to do it. And it just makes you feel good, you know? It does for me anyway. And like I mentioned earlier, this is just a cost-efficient way. If you can't afford to, you know, go out and purchase new envelopes all the time, you can certainly give this a try. Change up your look and just keep it fresh. You know, when you keep it fresh and cute, it motivates you to save. That's my motto. I say it all the time. Budgeting should be fun and it should definitely be cute. Because cute things make you want to save more money. That's my motto. Don't steal it. All right. So this is what it looks like in the zipperless envelopes. Look how adorable. Now let's see what it looks like in my binder. I got my pink binder here. So let me take all my stuff out of here. Let's see. I'm just going to take that all out in one swoop. And let's put these in here. And then I could leave my dividers in. Oh my goodness, y'all. Do you understand the cuteness? Look how cute this is. Oh my goodness, look at that. So, you see what I mean? Something so simple. And then let's put some money in it. Oh, let's see how the rest of them look. So cute. That's why I said, if you do this, do something that matches your aesthetic you already have. And then let's see, let's put some money in here. Let's put a little money in here. Oh, perfect. Look at that. So perfect. And that's how you can change up your budgeting aesthetic to make it look different, to give you some, just to recharge, just to, you know, get you a little look going. Why not? And then if I wanted to, this would be super cute. See, now I started playing around in here and I ain't gonna want to stop. But if I wanted to, like if you wanted to have your tabs here, if you have your stuff categorized, if I wanted to keep my tabs, keep my calendar here, oh, it just looks so cute like that. And this could be your tabs for high priority. You can have tabs for low priority back here. So cute. All right, so that's the end of this tutorial. Let me know what you thought about that and if you would be interested in more tutorials. And better yet, comment down below. Let me know if you're going to give this a try. You really should. It's really simple. And if you do, make sure you email me or message me to let me know you've tried it and send me some pictures. I want to see it. And I offer these as a digital download on my website. So if you're just not the crafty person, you're like, oh, let me just print it off. You can definitely do that on my website. Now, once you print them off, though, they won't have labels. So you'll have to purchase your own labels to put on top of here. Or if you can write on them if you want to, however you want to do it. But visit my link in the description. I have a variety of options. It's $1 digital download. So I hope you guys give it a try. I hope you enjoyed the video and I will see you back here next week. Bye.